don't. I only hear you once,
Okay, never mind. We're good then.
which is never enough. I gotta hear you more often. That being said, Evan, welcome back. It's episode number 186 of My Cup of Tea. This is not our first thing of the new year. We already did that last time. Talked about Stranger Things and Percy Jackson and Marvel.
And now we just got Percy Jackson and maybe some Marvel. But yeah, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Slow news week. At least slow news week in terms of tea stuff. There's a hyperspace hype that we haven't had hyperspace hype in a long time, but we got to bring it back for the Kathy Kennedy. Oh, here we go. Oh, pull the lever. The Kathy Kennedy departure. There's a lot to say on the matter heading into Star Wars in 2026 and 2027. But in terms of other movie news, it's been a fun week. Percy Jackson is starting to wrap up. Percy Jackson actually wraps up in 3 days. I can't count. I don't know. Tuesday night at 3 a.m. Wednesday for everybody else. I can't wait. Usually I watch those episodes at night. But it might be the case of like me coming home from work on Wednesday, convincing Jalen to like, let's just hurry up and watch it. Let's watch it now before we take our after school naps. But yeah, it's been a pretty fun week. But for you, Nathan, you saw 3 movies this week.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you go see, motherfucker? How was the movie theater? Did it feel good to be back in there?
It felt so good. I'm not even gonna lie. I had like some credits saved up, so I was eating good. It was a nice time. But yeah, I went saw 3 movies, and I was shocked to find out all 3 of them came out last year. I did not kick off the new year at all of new movies.
Nathan's 2026 count 0, still 0.
I was so ready. I was like, oh, on both of them.
You saw no Other Choice and Is This Thing On?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I saw No Other Choice, Is This Thing On, and like a madman, I capped my triple feature with Avatar, Fire and Ash for a second time.
I'm actually seeing Is This Thing On tomorrow with my mom.
Ooh.
I meant to see it last weekend, but she was busy, so I was like, you know what, I'll wait. I'll see it this week. Luckily, there was a good time for it, because usually those like movies that come out last year, but they get expanded in parentheses expanded in January. It's like either you see it that first week or like disappears sometimes. But luckily, there was like a good 2:00 time for me to see it, because I was not waking up like at noon, or I'm not going there late to see the movie, but 2:00 is the perfect time. Anyways, how was one of my favorite movies of last year, No Other Choice? How was it?
Well, you would know that it's amazing. It really was. What a time! What a picture! I was engrossed the entire time. I didn't want it to end. I was on the edge of my seat. I knew the premise. I knew that it was about him taking out the competition, but at no point did I feel uneasy or that anything felt grisly. I was just like, oh, what tough circumstance this guy's in.
Yeah, I mean, it balanced like that comedy thrill ride very, very well, while still being like very poignant and still being very touching at the same time. Like, I think the heartfelt and surprisingness of this movie for me, like I was the same for you. Like, going in my first time, I knew the basic premise. I've seen it twice now, but I knew the basic premise, and that was very fun to track. But the best part about this movie is like the family dynamics and how those family dynamics shift over the course of the film. His relationship with his son, his relationship with his wife, and even his daughter is very interesting and engaging. There's a lot of like things you can pick up on with this movie. The way that like the daughter is like glued to the violin, the same way that he is like glued to his job, is very interesting as well. The way the wife is such a complex character. I really wish in a just society, the actress who plays his wife would get supporting actress nomination, at the very least nomination. But that movie is getting ignored, sadly. But she was excellent, especially in the third act of that movie. But yeah, the family stuff was just really funny, really heartfelt, really surprising, really cool. Really good movie. Also, that first, no spoilers, but like that first encounter that he has, like in that basement scene with him and the gun, with the guy.
I don't know if I've cut out or if Evan's cut out. I apologize for the dead air viewers. It is okay. Yeah, it was Evan. Again, like every other time this happens, I assume I'm frozen and I leave the audience with dead air while Evan gets back.
I don't know. This is an early ejection. I don't know what the fuck StreamYard is. Happy Sunday to me.
I pay for this,
right? But I was saying how that scene in the basement with him trying to kill the guy in the basement is one of my favorite scenes of the year. It's just like the way the music escalates and everybody's going crazy and all three of them in there. It's like it gets insane. I don't want to tell you what happened, but it's an insane scene. One of my favorite scenes of the year. It's just this movie had it all, man.
It was really good. Honestly, like I felt the saddest for the shoe salesman.
Oh my god, that highway scene, dog.
The interaction altogether is so quick but so effective of just how good he is and how like equally down on his luck he is as well.
Yeah, that was a great scene. Great scene. This movie just floored me. It was so good, so touching. Hopefully everybody out there can go see this movie because it's freaking phenomenal. The family is great. The comedy is great. Park Chan-wook doesn't miss. He's excellent in this one. He's excellent in direction. Oh, and the way like, it's been all over Twitter, but the way they film like phone scenes in this movie is very creative too.
A lot of the overlays, like meshed overlays of multiple shots, are beautifully framed within one another.
The editing, direction on point. Also, in a just world, he would get nominated for Best Director, but we can't have that, can we? Craziness.
Yeah. But I had fun watching Guima kill people.
I always forget that's the guy from K-pop.
I was watching. I was like, I know you look familiar. I'm gonna look this up after. It's killing me. She looked familiar too, but I don't think I actually do recognize her from anything.
The wife?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I was like looking through the filmography and I couldn't pin anything. She's phenomenal though, for sure. Do you reckon this is getting any international nomination? Like in here?
I think so. Josh recently took No Other Choice out of the top 5 for Best International Feature. I would cry because that means you would get like 0 nominations. But I think it's at least making Best International Feature. Once again, it should get in for editing, direction, picture, actress, actor, all that kind of jazz. But at worst case scenario, at least get international feature. It won't win. It should win. It won't win. But, that's the way the cookie crumbles for No Other Choice. One of the most highest rated movies of the year, just that nobody saw it, unfortunately. But you did, Nathan, so I'm glad. How was your theater experience? Was anybody even there?
Yeah, there was a few people and a few laughs as well, and I was like, oh, nice.
Love that. So better than your Stranger Things premiere screening?
Equal.
Okay. Love that.
Minding you, I had a fairly like weak audience for Stranger Things, even though every other auditorium seemed to be bopping.
That's funny. So yeah, I'm gonna see this thing on tomorrow. But how was that for you?
It was really good, Evan. Like I had a really great time with that. I was very thoroughly impressed with how vulnerable Will Arnett played this role. I'm usually like familiar watching him in a lot more comedic roles. I know he's done BoJack Horseman, which gets pretty serious, but I haven't gotten too deep in that. But seeing his like physical performance here of newly separated husband and father was very compelling, very cool. Laura Dern is also in it a lot more than I expected to. Like she is like the co-lead of the film, and her performance is equally great. I mean, it's Laura Dern. What more would you expect? But she really does just deliver such a complex performance of somebody who is wanting to explore the divide, but at the same time, when you're with somebody for so long, it is super effective in the long run of your who you are as a person, and that plays on both sides. And it's very intriguing not only to see that between the two of them, but like their shared friend groups and stuff, and the whole route of the newfound life he finds as a stand-up comic is all bundled really well together. And I think Bradley Cooper did a phenomenal job with the direction, and his role in the film is quite funny.
Yeah, it's funny that this is getting no awards buzz, but like Edgar and Josh said they would nominate Laura Dern for like best actress, and that Laura Nett's excellent and Bradley Cooper is great. So I can't wait to see it. I like a lot of Bradley Cooper's, his recent movies like what's it called? What am I blanking? A Star is Born. I love that one.
Yeah.
What was the other one he did? Star is Born and I didn't. I actually liked Maestro. I know
I do want to see that.
Maestro's on Netflix. That's a really good one as well. That's good. That's good. And then your last showing of Avatar. How was the fight?
Yeah.
How was the ash? Did you get enough?
I did, but what I didn't get was any Doomsday trailers. They're gone.
Oh dang!
Like, yeah, I went to go sit down. And I was like, I'll at least take the. I'm excited to see the Wakanda trailer, and then even in my brain, I was like, what if they're not like keeping up to like changing out and it's just stuck on X-Men again? I also wouldn't mind. And I'm sitting waiting, and I'm like, oh, it's not here. Got the Odyssey prologue though. Still fucking slaps. Immediately followed up with an ad again, which was hilarious again. But it was like a subtle Amazon ad. I wasn't being lectured by the Geico guy this time. So.
God, yeah. But yeah, the Black Panther one played last weekend, so you figured like you get like the last vestige of the Wakanda one.
Yeah, I figured like if we're not getting any more, they would just like, all right, we'll leave it.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Take it out is crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But I got the Mandalorian countdown for IMAX. Got that. And I got the slightly tweaked Mando trailer. I'm
Mando.
So my friend hasn't fully been caught up with Mando, so I'm revisiting it from scratch from season 1. So we got almost to the end of season 1. I'm watching. I'm like, I'm like, all right, I love Pedro, but I'm like, we are like doing the serial Star Wars, and I'm like, it's only this though, but also we're gonna depart so hard from just following Din's development. I'm intrigued to see how that goes on revisit.
In hindsight, season 1 is like lightning in a bottle in terms of like how insulated it was. Like I remember watching that week to week, being like not knowing what to expect, having fun with like the serial elements. But then everything changes with season 2. It's really crazy.
It is interesting, like being in the season 1 mindset and then seeing the trailer, because then I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what it's about. These two, and then I'm watching the trailer, and we're probably not going to get much in like hardcore Pedro going all in performance, but I was like picturing like the effort he puts into like the performance for like Joel, and then applying it to Din Djarin, and I was like, could you imagine the 180 I would have if I got to see Pedro actually act out of the mask in this role?
That would be amazing. What do you think? This isn't Hyperspace hype, but like, do you think he would unveil his face in the movie? What are the chances he takes his
Yes, I think so. I think like did they do a poster with them with the mascot? I don't think they did. It's weird. There's like a couple of posters for season 3 maskless, but he's never maskless.
Never maskless.
But for the movie, yes, I absolutely do feel you're gonna get Pedro out of the mask. I think you need to, and I think audiences demand it.
I hope so too. I hope so too. Just to get some vulnerability back in Din. We miss you, Din.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So you liked Avatar more the second time or same thing?
Uh, well, it's always interesting, right? Because when you're watching the first time, you're blown away by the surprise, but the second
Yeah.
time, I really do get to sit in the emotion with it all. Um, and it is amazing, like how many great moments are in that movie. Like I'm watching like the airship raid, and I'm like, oh, it's intense, and I'm like, oh shit, they still have to save Spider and convert his biology, and then I'm going on more and more. I'm going on more and more, and like I'm watching Jake about to be executed, and they break him out, and I'm like, oh, this breakout sequence. I'm like, oh, they did still got to do the fucking forest scene with Spider. A lot of great Spider moments specifically.
Yeah. Spider's really good in this movie.
It is really good. I was actually surprised to realize that Kiri only got kicked out of trying to see Awa once in the movie. I thought it was a couple times, but it was once, and then she's like going with her friends to the end. It's like a bookend thing, not a repetition like I thought. I think I was just carrying that from Way of Water, probably.
Yeah, probably. It probably all blends together. But yeah,
but phenomenal. Yeah, and I think it ended up. I don't know if I properly had it. No, I did end up ranking it loosely in my top 10 of the year, and rewatching it, I think I did end up bumping up a couple spots.
Yeah, I think it's like cool. Number 7, number 8 of the year.
I think I hit my 5 by that point.
All right, nice. 5 out of your 10 movies you saw in 2025, right?
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think No Other Choice broke the top 10.
I was kidding. How many movies did you see in 2025?
Not enough. All the Oscar movies I'm gonna watch in February for sure.
Nice.
Yeah,
I might actually go to that showcase because I've never been to one, and I want to rewatch Sentimental Value, and it was just an accident. I missed my second viewing of those when they got wide releases, because they got wide releases like in November when everything was coming out last year.
But yeah, I saw 25 films this past year.
25. That's appreciated. Good job.
It's like two a month.
That's bad.
Not counting any re-releases I saw. But yeah, okay. No Other Choice actually ended up being my number 7.
Nice. Love that. Great. It's my number 3. I think I had. It's hard because One Battle and Sinners are so like generational.
Yeah.
So I think I had this in number 3, and then Hamnet at 4 or something like that.
Actually, re-looking at my list, okay, I actually did bring a Fire and Ash to number 3 for me.
Number 3, nice. Okay, yeah. Peak shit. Love it.
You can never kick out Sinners from there, though. Sinners is number 6. Wonderful time.
Yeah. What's your number 1?
It's K-pop Demon Hunters.
It's Minecraft the movie? You said Minecraft? What? That's crazy.
That's the exact bottom of the list. Dead last. So,
yeah.
There's that.
It might end 2025 might end with like Minecraft being the highest grossing movie domestically, unless Avatar or Zootopia can catch it, which I don't. It's slowing down for them, so we'll see.
I was curious. Leaving my showing, I was like, what is the box office update of Fire and Ash? And I went to go look as I'm leaving. It looked like it made 1.5 billion when I was looking.
I think it's at like. I think it just crossed 1.3, but it's projected to hit 1.5. Yeah.
And I was like, looking at reports, and I think the ballpark is that it needed to make about that much to be a successful profit with the budget and marketing. So I was like, okay, cool, we did it. But
yeah, it was always going to be a huge hit, huge success. Yeah. Remember when Last Jedi made 1.3 and people were like, failure? 1.3 billion failure?
Yeah, billions are failures now because
that was hilarious.
100 million more, and it doesn't equate to it somehow.
Right. But anyways, yeah, good movies. I saw 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple this weekend. That fucking rocked. Great movie. So I saw The Bone Temple on Friday. Great movie. People should watch 28 Years Later and 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Nia DaCosta is excellent as director of that movie. And then, of course, we got Jack O'Connell playing devilishly crazy villain. Aaron Kellerman is in that from Willow fame. Captain America: Brave New World, where she was wasted fame.
Solo.
Solo Star Wars Story, where she was awesome. And where is fucking what was the character's name? Enfys Nest.
Enfys Nest. Jinx.
Yeah. You owe me a soda.
You ask me now. Give me the Marauders.
What?
Yeah, give me those Marauder speeder bike spin-off.
Right. I mean, that'd be such an easy short story or whatever series. So then I saw The Rip on Netflix yesterday with my dad and Jalen. It was the Netflix movie with Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, where they come across a lot of money and trust goes crazy. And it was insane. It was a great movie.
I saw a trailer for that I feel like 6 months ago. It feels like, and I forgot about it. But I remember watching the trailer. I was like, oh, Ben and Matt. All right on. Yeah. Always down for their pairing.
Yeah, they're so good together. Great chemistry in this movie. Great cast overall. They have Tiana Taylor from One Bad After Another, who played Leonardo DiCaprio's wife in that movie. She's great here. And Stephen Yeun's in this too. Stephen Yeun's in this. Kyle Chandler from Lanterns fame is in this.
Yeah, we don't know why.
We don't know why. So yeah, good cast all around. And then today I saw All You Need Is Kill, which is the anime version of Edge of Tomorrow. But Edge of Tomorrow was based off of. It's based off of the manga. This is the anime version of that manga, and it was really fun. Really great time.
A better title than Live Die Repeat.
Yeah, that's a bad, horrible title.
Edge
of Tomorrow was already a cool title. Edge of Tomorrow was lit.
It was. Yeah, I almost went to go see All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah.
But framing these schedules.
Yeah, I think you would like it. It's a really fun anime movie. What's up, Sonia? How was your weekend? Do you see any brand new movies? So yeah, those are my movies. But yeah, then I'm seeing is this thing on? So a movie a day this weekend. And then I'm trying to fit in Lord of the Rings next week. If I can squeeze in 4 hours off my schedule somehow, I'll try my best. But hopefully, there's no previews. Lord of the Rings.
There's not. It's actually labeled on the AMC and all the infos. It's labeled no trailers.
Oh shit! Okay,
so you'll probably get. It's like a Fathom Events thing, so you might get a Ben Mankiewicz intro and then a movie.
Okay, interesting. So I'm gonna try and get there on time. But yeah, I think I can see Fellowship for Tuesday or Wednesday, Two Towers on Thursday, Friday, and then see Return of the King, which is 4 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
On Sunday, there's a 1 o'clock on Sunday that I might go to, but I wake up at 1. I'm gonna be tired. I don't want to fall asleep at the Return of the King. I don't know how I've never sat in the theater for 4 hours. Is there intermission? This is just straight 4 hours.
Not straight. I don't think there's ever been intermission on those. If you had the early Blu-rays, it was put in disc 2, which is hilarious.
Put in disc 2 is crazy.
On all of them. I think because they were so jam-packed with bonus features.
That's funny as hell. But okay, that was our movie break there. Let's talk about some Percy L. Jackson.
Yeah, that's his heritage name.
That's the middle name, Percy L. Jackson. Okay, Percy Jackson, Season 2, The Sea of Monsters. Penultimate
Legacy
episode.
of Monsters.
Legacy of Monsters. Percy Jackson meets Monarch. What goes on? Percy versus Godzilla. Who wins?
Blackjack.
Blackjack wins. But yeah,
I'm
what were
watching
your thoughts?
the episode. Sorry, I'm watching the episode and I see this Pegasus and I'm like, is that the one from the cover of the next book?
Yeah. I forgot Blackjack is on the cover of the Titan's Curse. I think so. I told myself that I was going to start, Olympian. Or last Olympian. Yeah. I get them mixed up. I think Titan's Curse is the one with the gargoyle. I don't know. Is there any gargoyle in Titan's Curse? I don't even know anymore. But I think what was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say. Oh yeah, I told myself that I was going to read Titan's Curse leading up to season 3, so it's fresh in my mind. But the way that season 2 is going, I'm like, shit, I might just have to hurry up and read the book this month. Like, right now I'm just reading some manga, but the book is like staring at me on my bookshelf right above my fireplace, and I'm like, I should probably just
like the Green Goblin mask.
It really is.
The chapter. Read me. No. Honestly, with how much they're planting seeds of like even further down things, you might have to read the next 2 books before the season.
There's some seed planting already, and I'm just like, I'm so excited. These writers are smart. These writers, guys, they spoiler alert, read the books. That's crazy.
This is their profession.
Yeah. There was one reference that I caught in there from not even the Percy Jackson series. I think it's from Heroes of Olympus. But when Grover says like the phone, not the phone system, but the call is down. I forget what they call it. But like the way they communicate, iris message. That's what it's called. Yeah, he said the iris message network is down, which is only down by Zeus's hand. Zeus is the only one, I think. Zeus is the only one who can do that. We are set to see Zeus in the finale, I think, because they casted. We had the recast of Lance Hendrickson.
Lance Reddick.
Wow, Lance Reddick. I forget his name now, but I'll pull him up. But he was cast before season 2 started filming last year, and we thought, like, where is he going to appear? Zeus recast actor. And so we're just waiting for that to happen. But we're also set to see Courtney B. Vance, Courtney B. Vance is set to come in there, which is awesome. But we also we have Percy Jackson's father, Poseidon, in the previews for next week as well. And he was like in the main trailer, but we haven't seen him at all. So that's crazy. Next week, I'm going in as blind as everybody else because I have no idea what's going to happen. I think I know how the series is going to. I think I know a pivotal moment, but I don't know how it's going to end. The writers and showrunners keep saying, like, book readers and new viewers, watch out for this finale. It's going to jumpstart you right into season 3. And I'm like,
you can't just say that to me.
You can't. Yeah, right. You can't tell me what's going to happen. Maybe I don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, season 3 is going to be crazy. Again, it's my favorite book. One of my favorite. I don't know. 3, 4, and 5 are all like excellent books. But either way, Nathan, what was your thought, or what are your thoughts on the penultimate episode of Percy Jackson season 2? What'd you think?
I think we're in trouble. I think I don't know if we made all the right moves. But I love the development. I think we have a nice full circle completion for I know names.
Clarice.
Clarice, yeah. That's right. Percy, yeah. Him. Fucking Peter, yeah. I think Clarice, exactly. I think Clarice has had a very nice development throughout the season, especially as I've said compared to season 1, where I was like, this fucking thin piece of paper bully. I had no idea. I wasn't familiar with your game, Clarice. My bad. I don't read, you see. At least I read a little more than Josh, but so
the crazy Josh Stray.
My fucking 64 hit combo will not stop. So I like that a lot. I really like seeing all the group back together. Grover and Annabeth and Percy together is very nice. Even though they technically, they are now like in the car. But yeah, I like the pairing of Grover and Tyson. I think that's a fun matchup for like helping things along. Percy's development continues to be like, and I'm going to say I love you in every way but that, which is wonderful. I love it. Yeah. And Annabeth, again, like this is like one of the best young talents I've ever seen ever. She is so devoted to locking in on the emotion of Annabeth's plights, and it's wonderful to see. And the aspect of the vision through the fleece with Thalia is very intriguing, and the fact that it's used in junction that maybe Luke isn't as far gone as everybody assumes, and maybe we can. What if he was on our side, even though he started?
Oh yeah, I wanted to hear what your thoughts were on the whole Luke, Annabeth, and Thalia stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So my initial thing was like, okay, maybe we can like set the seeds to sway him back over. But then when he gets in a fight with Percy, he has a line for him. He's like, "That was you at the door. She lied to me." And I thought that completely threw out the chance of him even considering. But then later, when he's alone with Kronos, he is thinking about it and like asking, "You didn't tell me this was possible." And then he's being tortured into submission, which I think in junction with these things will lead to the road of Luke coming back, hopefully.
Luke Demption, Ben Demption.
Holy hell.
We're back, 2017. We're back.
Don't give me hope.
I said this last week with the Polyphemus Island being very Last Jedi coded with, Luke coming in there, taking Annabeth. That's also Force Awakens coded, I guess, too. And, how he took Rey from the forest. Not that Luke and Annabeth have any romantic tension at all. They're very like.
You're my ghost.
You're my ghost. You mean the murderers, traitors, and thieves you call friends?
Comfortable.
Why is Ben such a jokester?
Nathan, all these things.
Nathan, take me back. Take me back.
I need take you back 10 years.
Actually, I wouldn't. I do not want to get transported to 2015 life. That college year was stressful.
It's stupid. It's one of my favorite moments when Rey escapes on Starkiller, and then Ben comes in the room, and the chair's empty, and he's already seething, but he so quietly goes, "No,
no." Yeah,
I would love to see Ben like under the mask.
I need to see Ben again. That's the thing.
And we will.
Man. We will.
Fight, Dave. Fight. Make it happen.
Nathan, I tell you, again, Star Wars tangent because that's who we are. In 2027, if Daisy comes out on stage talking about her movie, which is still happening, I think. If Adam comes out on stage during Celebration as a surprise guest for the Rey movie or any other movie, whatever, I am like, I've never really lost my voice before. It's kind of hard. I have a deep voice, but like, I will find a way to lose my voice. I'll be screaming for 24 hours straight. Security will have to come in here and tranquilize me or something. I'll be foaming at the mouth like Avatar: The Last Airbender, going crazy. I'll be going crazy.
That's a good one. Oh my god, I would. Yeah, I lost my voice once, maybe twice, but like the first time I ever lost my voice, I was at the TLJ panel.
Oh wow,
screaming my head off. Like I thought I was 3 rows behind you, and you never met me yet.
That was insane.
Destiny is yet to arrive. Right, but yeah, I think like oh my god, the crowd would be deafening. Like that is going to be like one of the loudest responses of Celebration for sure.
That'd be insane. Yeah. So Luke is very like Ben coded in terms of like the a lot of different things. Okay, so in terms of his loss of control, or he joined Kronos' army. He joined, want to be like general leader of Kronos' army to have some control in his life. Ever since what happened to his mom and parents, his life with Hermes wasn't great. He didn't feel like he had any control. The gods have more control than the demigods. That's why he hates the demigods have to intervene. The gods can have all this control. We need to, stick for ourselves that demigod independence at the risk of humanity's independence, of course. And he joined to have some control, but this episode we see the control slipping. One from Kronos himself, but also from Allison, which is pretty surprising. And then we see his care for Annabeth, which is still, I don't think he sees Annabeth as an equal. I don't know what you think, but I think from my perspective, he still sees her as like that little girl he met in the flashback. Like he still sees her as that little girl, the way he's talking to her, kneeling by her. He cares for her in a way, but it's also just like I'm obviously right, Annabeth, please, you have to join me, kind of thing. So that's that. But he's also still being very stubborn with his ideals. And so, so it's just that loss of control, but also that pain as well. We see at the end of the episode with Kronos tormenting his mind, just like also very Ben Solo Snoke coded as well. So he has to like prove himself in the finale. Okay, hey, you lost the fleece or whatever. Go prove yourself. Go attack, Camp, the remnants of your previous family, even though he never considered Camp his family. It's kind of like Kylo going to Crate at the end of The Last Jedi, where he's like, he kind of lost the battle here. Pretend like Princess Andromeda was Snoke's flagship. He kind of lost the battle. Annabeth is gone. The fleece is also gone. His plan's falling apart. People don't really trust him, but he still is technically leader. So he has to prove himself on the battlefield, kind of like how Kylo has to go prove himself on the battlefield, on the wastelands of Crate against Luke. In this case, he's going against Percy. So that's going to be very, very fun to see Luke versus Percy. Round 3, 4, 5, whatever you want to call it.
11.
In this finale. One of my criticisms of this episode was that it was a bit short. And I don't have a problem with Percy Jackson episodes being short, but this one I wanted a bit more from Luke and Percy. In the book, Percy is like, they get captured and Luke has a whole like more speeches. It is very repetitive based off what Luke and Percy went through in episode 3 when they initially went to the Princess Andromeda. But also I just would have liked more dialogue before. In this case, we see Luke and Percy, but it's just like straight hands, like it's straight fighting, and then Luke stabs Percy, and that's it. I assume we're gonna have, but that's a criticism for me. I wanted more from the Princess Andromeda, but I assume we're getting more Luke and Percy anyways when they fight in the finale. So it's like I think they're just saving the meat of their dynamic for the finale. While in this case, this episode, we get a lot from Luke and Annabeth, which is great. I think my favorite scene in this episode was Luke just trying to convince Annabeth and Annabeth trying to convince Luke. And it revolves around Thalia. Again, this Thalia, Luke, Annabeth relationship is really the core, the heart of season 2 in a lot of ways, because Annabeth's whole idea for decision making and her flaws and her her anguish with her decision making stems from like the mistakes she thinks she made going back then, and losing Thalia. But Thalia is the person that Annabeth says here that would not fully agree with Luke here. And that dichotomy, the difference that they have between Luke and Annabeth on Thalia is very interesting. As we see in this episode, this episode, right, where we see that flashback again, and you see Chiron being like, last night, Thalia Grace sacrificed herself, but nobody was really there. Maybe Chiron was there. I don't know if this is a spoiler, Nathan, but I'll just say this on the because I haven't seen it yet personally, but on the audio track for Percy Jackson, the Percy Jackson season 2 album has already been either leaked or it's already out on Apple Music. I don't know where it is, but there is a track that's
Chiron's Noble End.
You caught me.
I see.
Alert.
I see.
That'd be funny as fuck. But it says like what really happened, and it's either called like what really happened that night or what really happened. Period. So I think we are going to get like what really happened to Thalia that night. Like, did she die? Somebody has a theory that had me lose my mind. Like, what if Thalia didn't die in the against on the hill? Again, this is from a book person. This is not in the books. This would be a new thing for the show. Because they never really went hard in the paint like they did here. Again, all this Luke, Thalia, Annabeth stuff, this was all in The Last Olympian. This whole flashback stuff, that was all in The Last Olympian. This is all they're putting this into season 2. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. But yeah, so I have no idea. But somebody said, like, what if Thalia didn't die, but because of the prophecy that, like, hey, the child of the main 3, Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon, one of those child that they turn 16, they can, burn Olympus down or save Olympus. You don't know. It's the grand prophecy thing that Annabeth told Percy about. So, and again, Annabeth only told Percy like a little bit of it. The stuff that Chiron told her. I think there's more to it. And so, oh yeah.
Did we lose him again? Evan. Okay. Well, this is all intriguing stuff. I did not realize that a lot of the stuff was revealed in the final book of the 5, the Quint trilogy. Oops, we're back.
I
was resuscitating you.
I'm frozen. No, I'm still here. We're good now. You hear me?
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know why this keeps happening. I'm gonna full screen myself. Whenever I full screen on Stream Deck or on StreamYard, it happens sometimes.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know why. It's so weird. I'll look it up afterwards. But either way, what I was saying was, like, because Zeus, Poseidon, Hades all knew, like, hey, if one of us has kids, they reach 16, the grand prophecy says, they can either save or burn Olympus. We don't know. It's too dangerous. What if Zeus sees Thalia defeat the 3, what were they called? I don't know. The 3 Furies. But then she's like bleeding out. She could be saved, but he actually like turns her into a tree. That would be crazy.
To stall the prophecy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To like say like, hey, like this was a mistake to begin with. And
I would believe it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because the moral of the story for Percy Jackson is that like all gods pretty much suck besides Poseidon. But Poseidon is like supposed to suck, but he's like so cool. He just has that cool factor. Like we saw in season 1 with the whole heartwarming scene between him and Sally. Like he's supposed to suck, but he's just so cool. And then
he Hades really is. Like, just coming into the season finale, you're just like we have to have a war. It's like, all right, fine. I yield. You win. You can gloat about it.
Right. I love that shit, man. So yeah, I can't wait to see Poseidon in the finale. But yeah, that's a theory that I saw online. I just wanted to relay that. Like that could be kind of interesting. But I say all that to say that like I love Charlie's acting in that flashback scene where he's like, where is she? Like what happened? Like he's in total disbelief. While we see a young Annabeth like really admire, respect, and she's in a state of shock too. But it is interesting that like Luke, fast forward to the present, his whole thing is that like Thalia would have sided with me, and his anger at the gods it stems from like his bad childhood, but also from his relationship with Thalia, the way that she's gone. That was like his. Just like Annabeth is Percy's like tether, Thalia was like Luke's tether, and when she was gone, he really had no one left, and he's been thinking of her as like dead, but Annabeth has always like envisioned her as still alive in a way. Like we see in episode 2, the way that she just like goes over to the tree and starts like talking to Thalia. She sits by the tree. It's like it's a place of comfort. Thalia, the idea of Thalia is a place of comfort for Annabeth, while for Luke, it's a place of like great anguish and pain. That's why he doesn't really want to talk about it. But when Annabeth has this vision, as you mentioned earlier, Annabeth has like a vision, a demigod vision of Thalia speaking to her, which again, this is brand new from the show as well. I was like, oh shit, like Thalia's speaking with Annabeth, and it gives Annabeth the impression after Annabeth herself was healed by the fleece that hey, maybe Thalia could also be healed. Maybe we could actually bring Thalia back, which is pretty big, pretty massive, and it has a lot of different reactions from Annabeth and Grover in the car. They're like, wait, that's great. That's amazing. Luke is in complete disbelief. Like, I don't think this could happen. Kronos, my boy Kronos, would have definitely told me if this was possible. He wouldn't like him. He wouldn't, he wouldn't forget that, right, Kronos? You wouldn't say that, right, buddy?
You tell me the professional liar and man who ate his children would lie?
No. Shocking. No, right? That's insane. Yeah.
You will die.
That Titan Kronos, yeah, who ate all his children besides Zeus. And that's crazy.
Yeah. Tell me that fucking mummy can't be trusted.
It's insane. So I do like the vulnerability we see. Like we see Charlie have that vulnerability as Luke in the flashback. We also see him have that at the end of the episode too, when he like questions Cronus about it. Like, hey, how come you didn't tell me that the fleas could bring Thalia back? And Cronus is like, I forget the exact word, but he's like basically like, don't doubt me. You failed me. You know, I'm supposed to be healing with the fleas. Go bring it back. Prove yourself because you're questioning me. You're questioning your allegiance. Go prove yourself, which is setting Luke on a collision course to Camp Half-Blood here.
That was another thing I really liked. So there's a moment where Percy's going to get the fleece, right, and Cronus is trying to like get into his mind. It's just like I don't lie. I only expound the truth upon all. And like Percy's like listening, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm out of my mind. I'm taking the fucking thing." Yeah. He's not taking the bullshit. I love it.
Yeah, it was great because it's a big tease. Because Kronos is like, "I'll tell you the full prophecy." Because Percy only got the half of it from Annabeth, and Kronos is like, "I'll sweeten the deal. I'll tell you the full prophecy." And yeah, he gets halfway through, and Percy's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good at where I'm at right now."
Isn't it crazy fun when you see like these stories where like this very powerful being is like locked away, but they're still able to get like all the fucking information highway of the entire fucking universe to play chess with somehow?
Which is insane. Yeah, it's giving like Voldemort when Voldemort was just like still having this much power and wherewithal, even when he wasn't like a full body yet in Goblet of Fire. Very funny. But also it's funny from Percy too. Right, it's two things here. Where last week we saw Percy wake up with a jump when he saw that Thalia was under the hood that he thought was Kronos this season, at least for his dreams this season. Last season that was all Kronos, because also people had questions about that. But this season he sees his campers dead on the floor, eternal sleep, right? And then Thalia is under the hood, and Thalia is the one that hits Percy with lightning. So he gets scared. Like, is Thalia returning? Could that be a good thing or a bad thing? Which is why I say at the end of the episode, I really like how the camera zooms in on Percy / Walker's face, because Grover and Annabeth are so excited at the idea of like, hey, if we could use the fleece to heal Thalia, that's amazing. That's great. That's Annabeth's older sister. But Percy is more like, like getting really red and like he might be like on the verge of tears. Like he's nervous.
Yeah, it was making me wonder, without the fleece to heal Kronos' body, what if Kronos' essence took over Thalia's form?
Oh shit.
That's where my brain was kind of theorizing. So I was like, oh, this is all Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, it could give that, right? Because for Kronos, it's technically not a bad thing if Thalia is able to come back, right? Because for him, Thalia has beef with Zeus. You know, she was on
Mm.
the run for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, she's
It's
not,
Luke's
you
whole
know,
pitch.
yeah, she's not sitting at Camp Hapla doing all this like, yeah. No, she was on the run, same as Luke. So she has beef with Zeus and her parents there. We don't really know what's going on between them, you know. But yeah, that's Luke's whole pitch, right? Like if Thalia came back, she would be with me and would also heighten up the prophecy, the dangers of the prophecy. Like now it's not just Percy, but Thalia could also turn 16 and could destroy Olympus. I think these are a lot of dangerous things. And that's going through, I think that went through Percy's mind. Oh, do you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Okay. There was a slight delay. Um,
No, gotcha.
but yeah, it's all going through Percy's mind there at the end of the episode. Because, like, as much as he doesn't want to believe Luke and Kronos, and as much as he wants to believe Annabeth, you know, Thalia's return could be very dangerous as well. We don't really know what's going to happen. We don't even know if he could even work.
We don't know why.
But we don't know why. Because again, all Annabeth is going off of is a vision and actually feeling the powers of the fleece on her for a very long period of time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and that's very interesting because I feel like in comparing the source of these two visions, I feel like the fleece has no motive. So I feel like whatever Annabeth is feeling is the reality versus Percy. I feel like he's subjected to the mind manipulation of Kronos. So
yep,
it could lead to something very messy and conflicting, especially with how often Clarice was drilling into Percy's head. Like every decision you're making is worsening it for the world over, the desire to save your friend. So now if he's seeing this like, oh, we could save our friend, maybe he's like starting to backpedal a little bit, and that could cause a rift in the trio, which I don't want, but that's a good story.
I wouldn't want that at all. Yeah, exactly. I want my Luke, or I want my Percy, Annabeth, and Grover trio to be great. But yeah, we didn't even get to like, Percy's whole quote there, where he says, you mentioned it earlier, but like when Percy saves her, he's like, "Hey, wise girl, Clarice is going after the fleece. You're my priority." I'm just like losing my mind.
Can I get you anything?
Great line. But just like how Clarice said last week that Annabeth would 100% understand, like it's for the mission. As soon as she wakes up, she's like, "Where's the fleece? We got to get the fleece." Like she is in mission mode.
I also love like if the roles were reversed and Annabeth's like come and save Percy, her like priority is just like, "All right, the mission. Here's what's happening. Here's what we got to do." But Percy comes and he's like, "Is the hat itchy for you? It's itchy for me."
That's so true.
I love that.
That's so Percy. But yeah, there's some great stuff this episode, man. I like the Percy and Luke fight. That was funny. Getting stabbed was not so funny, but thanks for the fleece. He's good. We got Sally Jackson back, best mom in the world. She's back. She's there. But the new car, Percy did not recognize that car. So what's going on, Sally?
If I was Sally and I'm driving down this road again, my immediate thought is just like, if a fucking Minotaur shows up, I'm gonna be pissed. Like I can't do this again.
She's eternally traumatized by Minotaurs.
Or no longer afraid.
Right. So yeah, but I do like that Tyson called Sally. Sally is just as much Tyson's mom now as much as Percy's, which was great.
She says as much, which was wonderful.
Yeah. And also I like how they're initially looking for cars in the first place, and Grover's like, yeah, Percy is not driving again. Like he still has visions of Percy driving after the casino, the Lotus Casino in season 1, where they're like skiing against the parking garage. Not great. And I assume Grover can't drive because of his hooves. Probably not good for pedaling.
Yeah, I think that's a prominent issue.
What else? But yeah, it was insane. So a couple things here. Allison, like talking back to Luke there, like, hey, from Allison's perspective, it makes a lot of sense here, right? Because Annabeth like threw her off the side of the ship in episode 2, not great, or episode 3, not great. And then Luke brings Annabeth over to their side, the Princess Andromeda, and starts healing her instead of healing Kronos. If I'm on Allison's side, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, boss? Like, what are we doing here? She's a traitor. So yeah, that was like a warranted crash out. But then it was interesting, like she's like safeguarding Kronos's tomb, and then she comes to talk to the other people standing guard outside Annabeth's prison, and she's like, hey, I need you to come with me because we are taking out the traitor, Annabeth, and if Luke comes to stop me, I need you guys to help me out. Like, that's crazy to say about your boss. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Are they really willing to go 5v1 on Luke? That would be wild. That was like really like showing Luke's lack of command with this group here.
Yeah.
That's great. It's giving Commander Hux, or what was his name? Hux versus Ben. Armitage Hux, yeah. It's giving Hux versus Ben here, where Hux is like questioning and undermining him at every turn. And Hux is more like of a loyalist than Ben ever was. And it seems to be that case for Luke here too. Because Luke's ideal.
He's the spy.
Right? Oh god. Yeah, Allison in the finale is like, I just want Luke to lose. Oh gosh.
Which makes it a little better, but I'm like, all right.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
You killed 5 planets.
So yeah, Annabeth or Allison and Luke, that beef was great. But also Clarice going 5v1 against all those people, fucking awesome. Absolutely loved that. That was a really fun action sequence there. Really love that for her. Getting her own, like, she even gets her own corny line where it's like, 5 against 1, I love those odds.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Very good.
And then
talk to me about Blackjack. Give some insight on this history that Percy seems to have familiarity with.
I don't think he has familiarity with Blackjack, but he could just talk to horses because he's the son of Poseidon.
So because horses and water,
or like Poseidon, mythologically created horses.
Okay.
He's a creator of horses and Pegasus and stuff like that. Pegasi,
Parselton looking ass.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, so that's why he has like that familiarity with the horse. He's able to talk to the horse very well. That's why he said, like, I think there's like a tease about that in episode 2 where he's like, I'll be the one like driving the chariot because I'm good with horses, kind of thing. But yeah, that's why. But yeah, Blackjack is a very important character. This is not the last we'll see of Blackjack. But Blackjack talks to Percy a lot in every future book installment. I'm curious if we'll ever get like a voice actor for Blackjack, or if they'll play it off like we did here, where it's just like a Chewbacca type thing, where it's just like you hear horses, then Percy just like responds like, "Oh yeah, okay, your name Blackjack. Oh, okay," like Percy just responds to himself, or we could get like a back and forth. I don't really know.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk for any like animatronic character. Pretty funny. So yeah,
and Keegan Michael Key as Blackjack.
Oh my god, that's funny as hell. But yeah, I really do like the end of this episode with Percy and Clarice, because Percy said some messed up things to Clarice at the beginning of the episode, talking about like, when they were split at odds again, and Clarice is like, I'll take the fleas, I'll grab the fleas, and Percy's like, we gotta grab Annabeth first, and Percy's like, this is why you end up alone, because you have no friend. It's really hurtful. You never want to be on the bad side of Percy. Percy can get very mean at times. I like.
That's why no one likes you, and your shoes suck. Oh my God.
Basically. But I do like how heartwarming it was at the end of the episode, where it's like, okay, the interpretation of the prophecy said that you'll ride home alone, no friend, without your friends or whatever, and it ended up being true. She rode home alone on Blackjack with the fleas, without her friend. So it's like it's a positive interpretation of the prophecy, which again, which makes Percy Jackson the series so wonderful, because we always get a prophecy at the beginning of the season, and then by the end of the season, whether it's the penultimate episode or the finale, we get a positive, most of the time, positive spin on that prophecy and what ends up being the case there. So that was great. It was a great heartwarming moment for Percy. He's really growing, and I also liked it when Clarice responded with like, "Thank you, Percy." Like, she didn't say Jackson; she said, "Thank you, Percy." She's like, saying his first name, which was very sweet. But overall, great episode. I have no idea what's going to happen in this finale. We know there's going to be a big battle at camp. We see some chariots. Walker and Luke, Walker and Charlie, and everybody in the cast said like, this was exhausting to film. So I'm excited to see what goes on. And even the showrunners are like, you guys would not be prepared for the final minutes of the season. So get ready, guys. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Man, well, Evan, I do gotta say, I gotta ask your opinion on this. This is the second season, right? A lot of stuff these characters have experienced, a lot of intense things, and I need to ask you an important question.
Oh boy.
Do you think that Dr. Robbie will fix his relationship with Langdon by the time the season's over?
Yes. If Robbie isn't being a little bitch about it, I did not expect this, but we can talk about the pit. Let's shoot this shit about the pit.
Yeah, a little something.
You watched episode 2, right?
I did, yeah.
Are we on episode 2? That's crazy. It feels like
this is gonna be a long day that we experience for 15 weeks.
It's gonna be a long ass time, yeah. But this was a great episode. Robbie not willing to talk to Langdon is crazy. It takes 3 minutes. Granted, they're getting pulled left and right, but Robbie's being like the little child in this scenario here. Langdon's willing to talk to Mel about it. He talked to his patient that he stole drugs from, Louis, about it. He's willing to come clean to people who he feels like he did bad by. It can get a little awkward, like it was around Crash and Whitaker. But I love Langdon. He's my favorite character, so I'm rooting for him to have a moment there. He was Robbie's like number 2, but now Robbie, you can easily tell Robbie has kind of like put his eggs in the Whitaker basket, for better or for worse. As in episode 1 where he's watching Whitaker say like the prayer and all that kind of stuff. Exactly what Robbie did in season 1 with Whitaker. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, this was a great episode.
It totally was. I'm trying to remember what's the name of the girl who got Langdon kicked out in the first place.
Santos,
yeah. It is interesting every time Santos sees Langdon walk in the room, she's like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
So you did this.
You did this. Santos's Langdon's drug addiction did this.
Yeah, no, absolutely, for sure.
But Langdon's still my favorite character. I was annoyed with Santos in season 1. Like my live viewer reaction, I was annoyed with Santos, but she was doing the right thing. It was it was just going against like authority kind of thing.
Her heart is in the right place, even if she's kind of a jerk sometimes.
Exactly, 100%. I love those kind of characters. What I was going to say is, now my question to you, Nathan, what's going to happen first? Langdon Santos talk, or Langdon and Robbie like heart to heart talk? Like, what's going to happen first?
I think Langdon and Santos first for sure, and I don't think Langdon is going to be particularly upset about it. Because I think he's done work to if he's being this open to everybody, I think he's in a better place. He's probably going to be a little bit grateful that like he was led to a better tomorrow for himself. But I think she's going to be like extra stressed about it, and I think her avoidance may lead to some issues in a case here and there. And it's like, okay, you got to focus up. And I think Robbie and him will be the ultimate crescendo, and might even like ultimately. Because I imagine they set up that Robbie is like set to leave even before the end of the day. I don't think that's going to happen. I think some circumstance are going to keep him.
I think he said that he's staying for his entire shift. I think this is his last shift in general. Like,
sure.
After he clocks out at 10 p.m., he's gone. Like he's going on his sabbatical.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. But yeah, it's very exciting. I love so much of the characters. I wonder if they'll address the Santos Whitaker roommate stuff, or if that's just kind of like come and gone in the time frame.
I think they'll 100% address it, for sure.
Right on.
People already think there's something going on between what's it called, Santos and Garcia, because in that first episode. When Garcia was like, what's the line? Garcia is the OR. She's the operating surgeon woman from the show whose phone kept going off, whatever. But she was saying how, she was like screaming about something, saying that like, it's hard for her to show emotions or whatever. And then like Whitaker responded like, it's not that hard for her to, show her emotions or whatever. Like Garcia has been over Whitaker's house or whatever. Which is funny.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's fan things, but
for sure.
But I'm loving Whitaker this season. I like the way he handled the dementia patient this episode. That was really heartwarming.
Yeah, the new doctors that are observing, the student doctors that are there, is an interesting development. The newer woman that's following around, she just seems very like not caring a lot of the time, and I'm like, this will be detrimental so fast if you don't lock in.
Oh, which one, Joy or the older one? Like Alice.
I'm trying to think. She's like the younger one with the glasses and following Whitaker.
Joy, right?
Joy,
the Asian girl, Joy.
Still learning names.
Yeah. So yeah, Joy is the Asian one. I don't know who the tall white kid is, but he's the one beefing with I keep saying Crash. What's your real name? Javardi.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that was like the funniest part of the episode. They're just like going back and forth with facts. That was freaking hilarious.
Back and forth with facts, and Robbie's like, trusting each other is good. And they're both like, oh, they can do
it. Just peak comedy. But yeah, Joy, I'm waiting for something to happen. It's like, the other guy had like his beef with Javardi, not even beef, but just like competitiveness with Javardi. Yeah. I love Emma. She's learning the ropes from oh my god, I'm blanking on her name too. The main woman from the pit.
Yeah, I love her.
Best supporting actress. She's great. So Emma's learning the ropes from her, but like Joy just has like nothing going for her yet. Like I'm waiting for like the ball to drop, like for something to happen. Like she got to this point for a reason. She's intelligent. She's at the pit for a reason.
Yeah.
Where's your bedside manner? Where's your vigor? Where's your I got to get in here? Like, why are you here? Like, because you seem like on your phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Put that phone away. So it's crazy. So I'm waiting to see what happens with Joy because she's not gonna last long here. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody's like, hey, you can just go home. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that happens in this season. Because like
one big thing.
Yeah.
I just like said, one big thing that I really love watching develop is the friendship between Langdon and Mel. Is always great to see. I really like how caring he was. Not only like that he was like vulnerable to tell about his addiction issues, but then also after she had the incident with her head hitting the floor, that he's taking into account how she is spectrum wise, like turning the lights down when he's leaving her on her own. Quiet time. I love that bit so much. I know it's only going to get stronger. And I like how she lit up when he was back. She's like, oh yay!
It's easily, Nathan, easily my favorite part of the show. Langdon and Mel, great relationship. I'm not shipping them, but they just have a great
wife and kids.
Some people on Twitter are saying like he came in with no ring on. Did he get divorced because of his rehab stuff? Like,
oh no,
that could have easily happened. I could definitely see that happening. He wouldn't be the first person to get like divorced or broken up with because of the drug addiction. But I don't think anything romantic is going to happen with Mel. But yeah, they just have a great friendship together. I love them together.
It was a bummer that it seems like Mel was starting to like have a relationship with a patient for a second, and then he ran when the cops came, and that led to her injury.
It seemed very one-sided. It seemed like he was like flirting with her, and she was just having a fun time.
I think she could have like done like stepping stones to like have him see like, oh, okay, this maybe like this stuff is a different perspective than how I view it, but obviously it didn't roll that way.
We see the police come in at the end of the episode to question Mel about that patient. I do wonder if that's going to stick with her, or is it going to drop that storyline because she already has to deal with that disposition. So she's dealing with that, or she's dealing with the patient that ran away. It's like, what can she say? Like, she didn't even have that much of a. It was basically him like flirting with her nonstop, and she's just like unawares, and she's just like, oh yeah, I like doing this, and I need to like she's just like pure Mel vibe there.
What are your thoughts on the new doctor that'll be taking Robbie's position?
I like Alishimi. She's a different vibe from Robbie. She's a classic like new character who's by the books, and Robbie's not by the book. So of course there's going to be beef.
It is like it's definitely like a learning curve, and I think she'll come into her own. But it is funny when like Robbie's comforting Mel, just like, I've been sued like at least 4 times. Like, how about you? And she's like, I've never been sued. It's like, that's not what we need right now. And then later, she's like everybody come look at this. We're using generative AI. And Robbie's like, oh no.
Whitaker's like, it messed up the patient medical stuff.
That was such a big thing too. And I'm like, you can't fall on this.
It's 98% correct. You have to double check it. It's like, oh my gosh.
You've replaced my writing with reading. But you could probably go a little faster, but like if I have to fix the errors anyway, let me just take the time to write it.
But I do like how they're talking about that because a lot of workplaces do that now. I know, like, the dentist. I was at the dentist recently, and a lot of their X-ray stuff is now AI. And I was asking them about it. It's not like paperwork, like what we saw on the show, but just like when they X-ray like this side of my face. When I was getting like my cavity removed. They had to X-ray this part, and it was all like AI and like how to proceed. It was like AI, but they always check in. I had a conversation with them about it because I was like, as a teacher, I'm like the youngest. I'm 29 years old. All my other teachers are like older than me, and they're using ChatGPT constantly, and I'm not. But like a lot of the teachers these days are using ChatGPT. A lot of workplaces and medical fields are using ChatGPT or just generative AI in a sense. It is very fascinating. I do like how this show is tackling that. It's very, very cool to see. So getting into the gross parts of the episode, the maggot scene was foul. I'm good, buddy. Don't like that. Yeah. That was foul. What else? Louis getting 3 gallons of whatever that was in his stomach was
Me.
crazy. Couldn't be me. What else was fascinating? Oh yeah. So yeah, Louis, the maggots. But also we are continuing, Nathan, to get into a touchy subject here. Santos is
Yeah.
patient with the child.
Yeah.
Signs of domestic abuse. Husband is on the way. The previews show the husband coming in, but Santos already has her mind made up. I don't know where this is going to go. It looks like, it looks like SA, it looks
Yeah.
like that.
I have a feeling.
Oof, 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 oof.
So it's no denying that Santos is in the right protective mindset, right? Like absolutely do not fault her for this, especially with like her own personal experiences and things she's run into before. Like first season,
Yep.
she clocked that very correctly, and it was a very like harrowing moment of like the threatening the compromised patient slash abuser into stopping it, which that was really great to see. But I do worry that will craft within Santos like that thing where it's just like, again, you have like the right mindset of protectiveness, but if you go too extreme and there really is nothing happening, that can create a lot of blowback, and I fear that may be where it's heading.
And we kind of got that storyline with Dr. McKay, the woman with the hair bun, where last season she thought the kid was not school shooter, just like, she thought she was like a shooter at the concert, and like, oh, we got to keep him, and then it turned out to be nothing, but it was still important that she had the conversation with them because he writing names down in a notebook is still not very good. So it was like a 50-50, like that kid needs help. He just didn't turn out to be a shooter. But I don't know what's going to happen here. Like it looks very troubling. Like when that pee came back blood, I'm like, okay, this is not good. So I'm very, very, that's the one case I'm very curious to see next episode. I'm also just in the future tense. I'm worried for Louis. We got 2 episodes. They're just draining.
Yeah.
They're doing a calculated, not calculated, but just like they're scheduled draining. He said it happened like a couple months ago. He's used to it, but like I feel like something is gonna twist where it's like something goes wrong. We're gonna lose Louis.
There's only so many times where you'd be like, "Oh, same old Louis. We'll see you next time." And it's like, you shouldn't want this.
Yeah, like Louis, stop drinking so much, dude. Like I'm really nervous for him.
Like he's in and out so much, he knows the terminology and procedures. It's like, okay, man, please.
Right? So we'll see what happens there. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, but I like Dr. Alishimi. People don't like her online because you're not supposed to like love this character. But I am very interested in her dynamic with Robbie. Going into the season, Noah Wiley talked about like him having this like rival-esque love interest character with Alishimi. I will say though, it is disappointing. Like if she is like replacing Dr. Connors, the black woman from season 1 who is not returning, that is kind of unfortunate. Replacing one person of color for another person of color.
She was so good last season.
She was so good, and her and Robbie have like that great, like not, I guess, sexual tension, just like romantic tension vibe.
They had a past, right?
They had a past, yeah. So like, I wanted to see more of that, but it looks like we're just going to be getting that romantic vibe from Alishimi instead of Connor. I don't like it, but but what I've seen from Alishimi is solid. I'm cool with that. But yeah, good episode of The Pit. I can't wait to see what happens in episode 3. I can't stay long because I gotta watch Game of Thrones, but I want to talk about the Monarch trailer. What are your thoughts on? Let's talk Monarch. What I love about this trailer, dude, is that we don't like the trailer for season 1. We got like, this show is all about the secret organization. going after Godzilla, and that was basically it. We didn't know going into season 1 that this show was going to have the messiest of messy family drama, which over time became better written and more interesting. And for season 2, they're still not marketing the family angst and drama yet. This trailer is full on like, hey, Kurt Russell is back. Spoiler alert, he's back, and we have a new monster on the loose, and that's it. Like, it seems very much like, hey, this is our new monster. It's not Kong, it's not Godzilla. We got to track it down. Our characters are back, but we're not going to tell you any of the interesting people stuff, which is fine by me. I want to explore that when the show comes around, but I do like how they're marketing it, as they should, as like a monster hunt kind of show. So yeah, that was my initial impression, because we still don't know much about the story, and I like that. For this season.
No, I totally agree. I'm excited to see the further developments of the characters. I like that we're getting more flashback stuff with Wyatt Russell's era of the character.
We saw like one quick tease, right? We saw one quick scene of like him in the past. I love that stuff. People forgot they're watching this podcast. We are confirmed getting not mini, but like a spin-off series with Wyatt Russell's character taking place in the in the Cold War. So like after the flashbacks of this season and last season. My question to you though, Nathan, what could this monster possibly be?
Well, initially seeing the silhouette of the monster, of like long tendrils and the rigid nature of those tendrils, and the body itself being like so like amassed together, made me think that it could be a new updated version of Biollante, the plant mutated kaiju from Godzilla versus Biollante, which is a big fan favorite and formidable foe to Godzilla. It actually is like part Godzilla, spliced his cells with plant life and made this kaiju. And it's one of like the coolest kaiju designs I've ever seen still to this day. And it's something I very much want to see. But seeing some other shots of Titan X made me feel like it might not be, just based on like the general texture of the kaiju from what I'm seeing from close-ups, and like they're marketing a lot in the posters, like the dual pupil eyes, and I'm like, that doesn't scream Biollante to me. Also I keep getting my hopes up that they're going to use some classic monsters from the Godzilla catalog from Toho, when like 99 times out of 100 Legendary's just making a new kaiju, and it's like, okay, it's like, why pay royalty when we can just make another one? And like, they're great designs and they're cool, but I just like, god damn it, it's just rich catalog, and like, I love Mothra, but I need others, please.
That's so funny. I'm about to say, like, it could just easily just be a brand new character. And another follow-up question is, I forget what time span this is, but is it impossible for us to get Kong and Godzilla teaming up against this Titan X? They can't team up yet, right? Is that against canon, or what is it?
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. It is against canon for the idea of them to team up now, because as will go, Godzilla will be hunting Kong for their equal level of Alpha Titan size, which is why when we start Godzilla versus Kong is in a containment unit on Skull Island to simulate his natural setting, to protect his roar from reaching the ears of Godzilla, to then turn around and come fighting. It's the same way Kong got Godzilla to show up in New Empire that we saw a couple years back, and then Godzilla was on the offense to attack because he heard like the challenging roar of it all. So as of this point right now, pre that movie, they cannot.
Gotcha. I just forgot, like, there was a time skip at the end of season 1. I forgot. We should also. Are you still down to like rewatch the season?
Yeah, because I think I definitely need the refresher for a lot of the personal family drama and whatnot. So I definitely would love to do that.
Me too. Yeah, we can do like 2 or 3 episodes a week or something like that. We'll figure it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How much time?
But do you have? I got like 10 minutes left. 10, 15.
Okay.
But I'm very curious to what the Monarch can do. A lot of the special effects look even better than season 1. I just love the look of the show.
True.
It's great seeing our characters back in action. That's kind of all I can remember from this trailer. I know Godzilla is seen in Japan. That is pretty cool. I wonder what's going on there. I don't know what that shot means. That could take place in the past, or it could take place in the... Actually, no. That looks like modern buildings, so I don't really know. But yeah, what else do you have to say?
I am intrigued to see the involvement of Monarch and Kong. I wonder if we'll get any of characters from the movies popping up, like a Rebecca Hall or Alexander Skarsgård. I think Skarsgård was like later edition, but he has history with Rebecca Hall's character. But I could definitely see like Rebecca Hall popping in, especially like she in connection with Apple TV. She was just on an episode of The Studio, which was a great episode. So
she was. She was there. She played Seth Rogen's girlfriend for a day, right?
Right, and I'm like, oh, they really threw that away, but also like, cinema's important.
That was funny as fuck, bro. He was like, well, doctors and producers, like, they're both equally important.
It's not the fact that I'm making a fucking zombie shit movie. It's the principle of all film.
That was so great. But yeah, I think they're very likely. I forgot though. That reminds me of what you mentioned. The brother saves them at the end in the finale. He rescues them, and it's Apex, right? Apex is the one that saves them.
Yes. Yeah, Apex is the one that saves them, and that's especially like interesting where the roadmap is that's going, because they're developing Mechagodzilla at this point in time.
Yeah. So the Apex Monarch rivalry intrigue is going to continue, and yeah, we have Anna Sawai's character. She's the daughter, but the mom, not her mom, right? Her
grandma.
Her grandma is back, still looking very, young-ish. Grandma is back, and her father is back. So grandma and father are back, while Kurt Russell is stuck in the past, or at least stuck in that limbo area. I wonder how much of him we're going to get this season, because that's potentially 3 storylines: the Kurt Russell storyline where he's in that limbo area, the past and the present. Like, a couple of interesting storylines we have going on there. And I remember we ended season 1 being like, are we going to figure out why he has 2 families, a father? Like, is that ever going to be explored?
There is a lot of like human connectivity downtime between monsters in the first season, so I think we do have plenty of time to talk all of that. And I'll be intrigued. I think the primary focus is probably going to end up being on Kong in the modern day pre-Godzilla versus Kong, though it is confirmed from, I think there was a TV spot as well, that Godzilla is going to have at least 2 scenes, one on land and one in the ocean. So those will be intriguing to see how those all coalesce and how Titan X connects them all.
Cool. But yeah, did you have other stuff to talk about?
I had Marvel rumor stuff, but we could save it.
I can do it. Let me see. I could do like 10 minutes of Marvel stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I do have them. It's primarily from our boy Alex at the Cosmic Circus.
Never heard of him.
And right, but specifically through his Twitter. I have a few things that he's
Wait, your audio cut out. Say it again.
Okay. Just some tweets he had, either tidbits on his own or a couple of responses to people on Twitter. So I got some queued up right here, one of which being in regards to Spider-Man. There's been some movement from Sony, hearing a trailer release may be imminent. No data yet, as far as I know, but the recent movements make me think it could be within a matter of days. Time will tell. He tweeted that 2 days ago. There could be some, at least like announcement of a trailer. We are like a month out from the Super Bowl, give or take, so it could just be like a tee up for that.
Yeah, we know Doomsday is set for, at least according to trailer track, Doomsday is set for like a trailer the week of the Super Bowl. But for Sony, I think it's about time they start. Not about time. We have 6 months left.
Sure.
So yeah, I think a late January trailer for Spider-Man. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but yeah, a late January trailer for Spider-Man makes sense. Do another trailer around April, May, and then TV spots in June and July. That makes sense. So I think we could see a Spider-Man trailer by the end of this month. That makes a lot of sense for me.
Yeah, totally. There was some rumor about, and even some imagery we saw from the leaked teaser for Brand New Day, that Peter may be going through like some like spidery biological developments with his body, including like the ideas of like potential like organic web shooters we'd heard rumors of and stuff. And somebody was asking about that, and Alex was saying there's not one but two villains who can cause hallucinogenic effects with their abilities, and he believes like the imagery of like Peter emerging from like a web cocoon and stuff like that, and maybe his potential organic webbing is probably like all like mental developments within Peter's own mind, just kind of like battling that, not like physical manifestations.
That could coincide with what Sadie Sink's powers could be as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
for sure. Somebody was talking in reference to Daniel RBK about the version of Hulk, Grey Hulk, having an appearance in Brand New Day, and Alex seems to agree with that reporting.
Grey Hawk. I'm not that familiar with Grey Hawk.
I am a little iffy on that one as well. I don't think it's exactly like the sophisticated mobster persona Hulk that was going around for a bit in the comics. But
because
they're also the
monster
mobster, like a persona type of personality of these many different splits of Bruce's mind. Because we also know Savage Hulk is making an appearance, and it could be like an in between of that in development. We will see where that goes. I also have to like study more on that.
Yeah, it seems like we're getting like that. That Savage Hulk is like the big part of it all still. So it might lead into that.
Very true. Somebody asked if Peter's going to be more confident, make more jokes against fighting his villains in the film, and Alex says it's less confidence and more of a coping mechanism when he does it.
Well, I think the coping mechanism could be subtextual, but I think on the surface, he's definitely going to be like that classic Spider-Man stuff.
Very true.
Like we'll see him making jokes like that, but then like audiences will understand like, oh, he's saying that because the minute he comes home, he's sad again.
Very true. There's rumors going around that a lot of the footage we saw in the Doomsday teasers may not actually be in the final film. And Alex says most of the footage is, it's just very, very out of context. And he says the best example is probably Steve. So, it's just like, that makes sense. It's like very like vague, like teaser shots. It's nothing too clear cut.
Yeah, even the Russos came out last week and said, like, after the trailers were up, they were like, thank you guys for watching the trailers. Over 1 billion people have watched them.
We have clues. The clue thing that they said is actually interesting because people have been like, I've been like following like some subreddit stuff of people taking like the code glitches before the countdowns at the end of the teasers and applying them to like the runtimes in Infinity War and Endgame, and they're like pulling like key moments of talking about like multiversal branches and stuff, or like stuff with Doctor Strange or things like that. And so that's interesting, and that's something I'd like to gather up all those details and we could break down at a further date.
I love that. That's interesting. Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like how people have been gathering like that negative space, like like there's a army shot here that's out of the picture that or removed because they're always removing stuff from pictures. But,
that's true. Somebody asked about if there's any potentiality of Tom Hardy's Venom returning, and Alex says not in the cards anymore. From what I understand, while the symbiote will continue to have a presence post Brand New Day, it'll eventually seek out a new host, which, per a lot of like teases I saw early on from Michael Mando, I think Scorpion might end up being the carrier of the symbiote in some further storylines, because that was a big thing. Matt Gargan carried the symbiote and was Venom for quite some time in the comics.
Wow, that would make me happy if we don't get a lot of Michael Mando in this movie, where he should be the main villain. But if we don't get a lot of him in this movie, I'll be okay with it if you reuse him again in Spider-Man 5 with the Venom/Scorpion vibe. That would be very juicy. I would love that.
It absolutely would. There's been some rumor stuff about where we are with Tatiana Maslany's involvement with the role of She-Hulk moving forward at the moment, because presently she seemed to have confirmed that she's not doing stuff for Doom. Well, at least she was joking on a podcast about how like all these people are running with like rumors like it's official news that like she had falling outs with Marvel and stuff, and she pretty much like put that to bed as like, oh yeah, that totally happened. And, like it's clearly not the case. And so she's obviously like doing some Star Trek right now, and somebody asked Alex, like, what is the situation there? And he says, at the moment, writing this tweet, which was as of January 10th, She-Hulk is not in Avengers Doomsday. This, however, does not mean that she cannot appear in Secret Wars or appear in Doomsday once the reshoots are underway, which are expected to add some character unable to have appeared during principal photography. This also goes with another tweet he had that seemed to confirm that somebody else was reporting recently tonight that Mark Ruffalo doesn't seem to have an involvement in Avengers Doomsday either, from potentially Mark saying so himself, which I think will go in tandem that both of these Hulk characters will be of a Secret War stuff, because from we had seen like way back the concept art leaks, it seemed like a lot of them were for Secret Wars, so that makes sense and that lines up.
I'm still curious about what characters are not in Doomsday but will be in Secret Wars. We know a couple, like Tom Holland for one, but I'm curious, like if Secret Wars is going to drop characters from Doomsday, like who from Doomsday is not making it into Secret Wars, and is it because they die? Like that's going to be interesting to see.
That is an interesting prospect. Somebody asked, are the rumors of Blade being scrapped true? And Alex had said, Alex said, I really wouldn't know at this point with what I've heard regarding the plot for the supernatural storyline. The whole point of Blade is to tell the story of Blade and the history behind the Ebony Blade, which was teased at the end of Eternals. So a title with two meanings, not specifically Kit Harington's character, but like
no, the Blade is.
And it would have provided some deep lore regarding the supernatural nature of the MCU, vampires, Lilith, the underworld, and more leading into Midnight Suns movie. So we'll see. So this is an interesting perspective, because right now we were talking about the idea of Midnight Suns premiering and then like Blade after, but it seemed like the idea would have Blade set up a lot of things to go into Midnight Suns.
That would work, but yeah. Jeff Snyder's the one talking about like they're scrapping Blade entirely and just doing Midnight Suns, which again I don't think is the case. That Blade movie is going to happen one way or another.
That's true. So my final thing I have here is that this is like a 3-layer thing. Avengers Updates had reported in a source that Doctor Doom's resemblance to Tony Stark will reportedly not be explained in Avengers Doomsday. It said it would be revealed in Secret Wars. Another scooper named Cryptic HD Quality said, crazy to be honest, considering he's going to be casually chilling with basically all of them for a bit of the movie. And Alex seemed to confirm it by like pointing down at that tweet.
Like chilling with his mask off?
Yeah, or at least like embodying like the idea of like they think he's Tony, so he's playing along.
Don't do that. Like I would love it if he just like, it takes one sentence to be like, my name is Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom, motherfuckers. Like you don't have to. Nobody's gonna believe. Iron Man is dead. There's no like playing along.
Well, this isn't like it's not convincing the audience. I think it's just convincing the characters. The villain is playing along for his own benefits. He's not tricking the audience. He's tricking the heroes.
Obviously, but what I'm saying is like, are the heroes gonna fall for it? Is he gonna be like, I'm Tony Stark from another world? And they're like, oh, this is like an Earth 38 Tony Stark. He's cool. Kind of thing.
He might. And that wouldn't be like...
That's the only scenario. That's the only scenario that they can believe him in. Because like, they're Tony, they know died. He's not going to say, guys, I'm back from the grave. But my other qualm is that like, if he is Doom from... We still don't know if he's Doom from the Fantastic Four realm. It seems likely because they focused on Doom missing in that movie in Fantastic Four. And if that's the case, all it needs is like the Thing, Johnny, Sue Reed to be like, that's our Doom. Don't trust this guy.
Which, that could be the inciting like incident to like break the illusion.
So hopefully that happens in the first 20 minutes.
Sure, but I could also see like the the qualm of the idea that if it's RDJ back playing like an off Tony, but like in the eyes of the heroes he is Tony, then like it could like detract from like, you know, the limited amount of screen time we're going to have for Victor in and of itself. I can see that being a little troubling, but
I'm nervous for that whole angle. They got to write it well because
yeah, hopefully it's like nothing past Act 1.
Hopefully that's the thing. Like hopefully just inciting incident. We have like 2 hours for them to box afterwards. But yeah. So you guys can find me on Twitter, Harris EV9. I gotta go watch the Night of the Seven Kingdoms Game of Thrones spinoff. Gonna watch some anime afterwards. And yeah, that's about it.
Right on. You follow me _Time Blazer, making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and creative consultant Evan Harris.
Playing Ben, the best character in Time Blazer confirmed, who is getting a spinoff show. It's called Ben. Just called Ben.
I might be able to give you a 1-episode Euphoria special.
I'll take it.
Right on. And you will be voiced by Coleman Domingo. You have been replaced.
Yeah, hell yes. It's okay.
Right on. All right, so if you guys enjoyed this picture, like button, subscribe now. Ring the bell so you miss coverage on all things movie and TV. And that being said, hope you have a great day. Catch you guys next time.